Okay, I'm looking at the chart of the week ahead, but where I'm starting is, let me going to show you, hang on a minute. We're going to start at the 18th of September, which was Friday just gone. And the other thing as well is, my name's Penelope, by the way, in London. That's my name. And I'm doing astrology, reading charts. And what I'm doing is I use astrology, evolutionary astrology, to look at the soul journey. And we do that through Pluto on the chart. So you see Pluto here. And then we look at the North Node, which is the life path journey. And the South Node is what we're here to integrate, in part leave behind, but really to integrate, because it's like a drain in some ways. We've been there, we've done that, and we all have that in our chart. If I showed you my chart with regard to this, you would see that my North Node is in the 6th house in the sign of Taurus at birth, and that means something specific. And then I've got on my North Node, I have my Sun, and I have also my Mercury and my Mars. So it's very defined, because then we have what aspects on our chart. So if you want to help, just book a session with me, and I'll be able to talk you through any early childhood sensitivity that you're trying to evolve from, so that you get to self-actualize and, get to a point of living fruitfully as well. Difficult times we're in, and astrology is a tool that really can help us on a psychological level to integrate what we need to integrate. And because every symbol means something, every aspect means something, and the aspects on our own chart shows us the cycles that we're in and the growth that we are here to work with, and also the struggles that we have that feel like struggles for us. It's amazing how things seem so real to us when there's so much that happens, that most of our pain is psychological, as we can see as human beings, rather than just actual facts. And yes, for a lot of people, there are a lot of facts, from generally past stuff that keep us in holding in ourselves, that keep us frozen. And that's what we want to work with to evolve. So let's look at this. This is the 18th of September. So what we've got is that Mars went retrograde on the 9th of September. And currently we've got Mars is retrograde, squaring, which is tension, to Jupiter. I'm going to keep this simple terminology at this point. Truth, let's just say that Jupiter is the bigger picture in truth, and expansion, and Pluto is birth, death, transformation, transmutation, and Saturn is to do with restriction. Now, these 3 planets are in Capricorn. Capricorn holds the 10th house. It's to do with our public image in the world. It's our journey that we move towards in life. The 4th house is in our chart, is where we've come from, and it's a sign of Cancer. And the 4th house is all that's unseen. It's below the surface. It's where we're nurtured, and our security and safety. And that hasn't been the case for all of us. And many people have had lack of security and safety than have had security and safety. And as a collective chart, if Carl Jung looked at a chart, we've got the collective unconscious. We can see that in the chart here currently. And again, that would be the safety of being on planet Earth. How do we feel safe being on Earth? There's so many issues coming up that can cause us to feel unsafe, and lack of security, as we know. So let's say that the 10th house, with all of these planets currently here in astrology, that we're dealing with our own transformation, what's true for us, and where we're restricted, and they're in Capricorn, so restriction is even deeper because of this archetype, or the understanding. And then what we have is Pluto. We've got this to Mercury, which is our mind. We've got the square also. So if we take this chart ahead now by 1 day, I'm going to take it 1 day, and you can see that on the 19th that we then get a T-square with the moon and Mercury. Let's just check this here. So the moon is conjunct Mercury, the moon is sextile Venus, the moon opposition Mars. Okay, so we can see at this point the moon was opposition Mars here, And then we've got, if we go down a bit further, we can see that Mercury is square to Jupiter, Mercury is square to Saturn, Mercury is in conjunct, this is called Neptune, and Mercury is square Pluto, and Venus is, we're not going into Venus today, but you can see that then we've got, if we go a day ahead, we can see that Mercury is catching up to this now, this square, and the moon has moved off because the moon takes 28 days to move around the chart. This is our emotions and our egocentric self, which we need to live. Not all ego is bad. We can have a healthy ego. And it's also in, currently it went into Scorpio, which is the depth of the psyche. And then we're going to move on to, we're at the 21st, which is now, and we've still got this square. And then today we got this T square, this huge tension. And then we've got the moon, which is in Scorpio, then squares to Venus as well. And then Venus is also square to Mars. So this really gets tension going this week. It looks like emotionally, this is a very tough week that we're going to have. And then we've got these sextiles, which are 60 degrees to the planets here, to Neptune, and then to the moon. And then we've also got is this a trine going on there? It looks like it is a trine. So let's then go 21st. I'm showing you the week briefly. Then we've got the sun catches up and it is in trine to Jupiter and Pluto, and 29 degrees. And actually, no, it's in trine to Jupiter. No, it's in trine to Saturn and Pluto, because you can see here it's 29 degrees. And then we're going to go again. This is the 22nd. And we have the 23rd. And we still got this tension going on. And then, oh my gosh, Chiron, our wound, our hypersensitivity in Aries, self, the warrior, is then opposition to the sun. So, you know, there's something that we're working out to do with something that's outside of us. Clearly, everybody else we're dealing with. And then the 24th, we can see we still got this symbolism, and Chiron is still in opposition to the sun. And then I'm just running this through the week, 25th. And then this is the 26th. We're still maintaining that symbolism. 27th. And then 28th. So let's see when the Mercury drops off here. 29th, okay, and then that T square drops off. So that's what I wanted to show you. So we're in a big T square. It's a big week. We need to really be balanced and really think about what we want for ourselves and find somewhere some peace inside our madness, because this is very psychological as well with the Mercury involved. And you know, we're here to evolve. So if you need help with this and you need some support with the psychological side of your life right now, based on what I understand with astrology, you can see it in your chart what's happening. So do reach out to me and do book a session. I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully this is helpful to you. I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.